My name is Brian Heagle. I believe in the power of storytelling, and this is mine for you. I'm on the board of directors of South Huron Hospital. I'm also its vice chair, and I'm on the board for the foundation. So that's not exactly why I'm here today to tell you my story. My wife, Rhea, and I moved to Blue Water just over 2 years ago in the heart of the pandemic. And for me, being part of community means getting rooted in community. So I sought out organizations and causes to align myself with. And not surprisingly, I have a background that takes me towards the health of a local community. Naturally, I gravitated towards and joined the hospital. And in doing so, I learned so much more about this area, about its people and its places. I love them all. But why am I here telling a story? Because that's my story. This story is about your local healthcare. Let's fast forward to January 1st, 2022. Up to now, as I said, I volunteered and I got quite an education. Suddenly, my life changed. Not only did I get a first-hand education, I became a patient here at the hospital. I had a small heart attack. I was working outside and I was lifting a bunch of cinder blocks, and I crouched over to roll a few of them, and I had this sudden feeling of nausea, disorientation. I didn't have what I thought a heart attack might happen, which is some kind of numbness in the arms. I had just this sense of a feeling I'd never had before. I was very fortunate. My wife, Rhea, was nearby. I couldn't get comfortable. Not only that, I got nauseous, and I never get nauseous, and I threw up. And I was on the phone telling our oldest son, who's a doctor, what was going on. And the minute I told him that, he said, get to the hospital immediately. Do not be one of those 58-year-old guys who's in denial. So I listened to my kids, and I listened to my wife, who's a lot wiser. We rushed here, and when the doors opened, I was embraced by the exemplary people, the remarkable healthcare that is here. I knew about it. I'd spoken to these people, but now I was depending on them. And I felt incredibly blessed. I was amongst those who were not only competent, but they were calming and caring, and they took control. And I believe how they dealt with me was a huge factor in keeping the heart attack small, but also in giving me great information and constant communication. The staff here, from when I walked into the door, rolled into the door, and to when I ended up in this room, it was a sense of allowing myself to be taken care of by those I trusted. It was a true sense of the quality of these people, but they helped me deal with what was not only a vulnerable moment, but a sense of my own mortality. And that was something that they were all very keenly aware of. So it was often the small things they said or did which allowed me to be and want to be a good patient for them. Everything came together in a few short days, but fortunately, because of the quality of the patient-centered care that I got at this hospital, at your community hospital, I was able to make this longer story short to let you know that my small heart attacks stayed small. 2 stents later, I've recovered, and every single day I count my blessings for not only being part of the community, but being someone that has now been served by this hospital. And I would encourage you You don't have to be a patient. I wouldn't suggest that as a course of action. But if you haven't got to know this hospital or your foundation, please do. To give of your time, your treasure, and/or your talent. You give, but one day you may be in need, just like I was. And as I said, for me, the healthcare being there may serve you or someone you love. And I was just happened to be in that place at the right time. So, having said all of that, please share your story, including about tonight. And I know coming up is $30,000 that's going to be raised in 3 minutes. That's like a cardio workout. Get your adrenaline going. So take it from me. Just relax, enjoy the experience, and please give. And remember, whether you're volunteering, you're a donor, or one day maybe a patient, this hospital is here for you. And that's my story. So I can't say it enough, and I can say it in many ways. Thank you to the South Huron Hospital and all of its wonderful people. And because you're here tonight, by supporting your foundation and your hospital, we can be heroes. Me and you.